The sun was just rising over the digital horizon of Replit's cloud-based coding platform, casting a virtual glow on the Vendetta Velocity Vengeance Corporation's ambitious project. It was early June 2025, and the 3VC team, fueled by a passion for performance vehicle upgrades, PVUs, and a vision to revolutionize the power sports industry, was ready to take their website and app to the next level. The goal? To add an accessibility access tab that would make their platform inclusive for all users, especially blind individuals, and open doors to international partnerships through multilingual support and a contract system for commodity exchanges. This wasn't just a coding task, it was a mission to ensure 3VC's high-octane offerings, turbocharged cars, supercharged jet skis, and electrified snowmobiles could reach every corner of the globe, from naval bases in San Diego to bustling markets in Shanghai. The project kicked off in Replit's familiar interface, where the 3VC team had already built a robust Flask-based web app. The codebase hummed with life. Main.py orchestrated routes for the About, Locations, and Request Service quote tabs, while Partnerships.db stored data on manufacturing partners like Polaris and commodity traders dealing in steel and oil. The favicon, a sleek favicon.ic emblazoned with 3VC's logo, gave the site a polished look. But accessibility was the missing gear, and the team knew it was critical to make their platform usable for blind users and welcoming to international partners in 5 major languages: English, Mandarin Chinese, Spanish, Hindi, and French. The lead developer, Vendetta, opened Replit's File Explorer and took a deep breath. "Let's make this site a beacon of inclusion," Vendetta said, clicking to create a new HTML template called accessibility.html. The first task was to design an accessibility toggle tab, a button in the navigation bar that would switch the site into a mode optimized for blind users. This meant integrating ARIA, accessible rich internet applications, attributes, high-contrast visuals, and text-to-speech functionality. Vendetta wrote a form in the header of every template, including the existing about.html and locations.html. This button, styled with a clear focus outline for keyboard navigation, would toggle a CSS class called accessibility-mode. In style.css, Vendetta defined the mode's look: black background, white text, and larger fonts to enhance visibility. For blind users, the site needed to play nice with screen readers like NVDA. Vendetta added ARIA required equals true to form inputs and ARIA label to buttons, ensuring every interactive element was announced clearly. A JavaScript snippet using the WebSpeech API was added to read text aloud when elements like labels or paragraphs gained focus. Next came multilingual support. 3VC's vision was global, targeting partnerships with foreign businesses, governments, and companies willing to trade commodities like crude oil or aluminum for PVU vehicles. To reach them, the site needed to speak their languages. Vendetta chose English, Mandarin, Spanish, Hindi, and French, languages spoken by billions, from Delhi's tech hubs to Paris's trade offices. A language selector drop-down was added to the header. Translations were stored in MainPy as a dictionary for simplicity, though Vendetta noted that a production app would use a database table or JSON file. The language choice was saved in a new accessibility settings table in partnerships.db, created with a script called init accessibility.py. The real challenge was the contract page, a cornerstone of 3VC's international strategy. Foreign entities would trade commodities for PVU vehicles. Think a turbocharged Ford F-150 swapped for tons of Brazilian coffee or Japanese electronics. The contracts.html template needed to handle complex requirements, verification, commodity selection, and legally binding terms. Vendetta created a form with fields for entity name, type, business, government, company, contact info, and file uploads for government-issued photo IDs and live photos to verify identity. A checkbox list pulled commodities from a new commodities table. The form also let users select PVU vehicles like jet ski with supercharger or RV with solar system. Pricing was a critical detail. PVU vehicles would be valued post-upgrade using Kelly Blue Book standards, while commodities followed international market prices, e.g. CME for oil. Vendetta added placeholders for these values, planning to integrate APIs later. The contract's legal language was crafted to hold up in international courts, referencing the UN Convention on Contracts for the International Sale of Goods, CISG. Verification was tricky on Replit's free tier. Photo uploads were saved to an Uploads folder, but Vendetta knew persistent storage would need a cloud solution like AWS S3. Background checks were simulated with a pending status in the contracts table, awaiting admin review. Live photo verification used a file upload, though a webcam capture API could enhance security in production. The Flask routes tied it all together. A /toggle accessibility route updated the accessibility RSS Euros table, while /change language switched languages. The /contracts route handled form submissions, storing data in the contracts table. Testing was intense. Vendetta ran the app in Replit's preview pane, toggling accessibility mode to hear the contract terms read aloud in a robotic voice. Switching to Mandarin, the form labels updated seamlessly. Submitting a test contract with a sample ID upload worked, though Vendetta noted the uploads folder's temporary nature. The favicon gleamed in the browser tab, tying the site to 3VC's bold brand. Challenges arose. Replit's free tier struggled with file storage, and the text-to-speech lagged on slower connections. Vendetta optimized the CSS and JavaScript to keep the site lightweight. The multilingual dictionary grew unwieldy, prompting a plan to move translations to the database. Legal terms needed a lawyer's review to ensure CISG compliance, especially for relief clauses if a foreign partner defaulted. The impact was transformative. Blind users could navigate 3VC's site with ease, hearing descriptions of turbo kits and yacht upgrades. A Chinese company could read the contract in Mandarin, upload their ID, and offer steel for a PVU motorcycle. A French government could trade pharmaceuticals for an electrified RV, verified securely. The Accessibility tab wasn't just code, it was a bridge to inclusivity and global trade. As the clock ticked past 11 minutes, Vendetta pushed the changes to Replit's server, ready for 3VC's next milestone, deploying the app to naval bases and beyond, where performance and partnership would drive the future.